Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in once again here. We're going to continue our series where we compare the Google Home and our Amazon Echo series. Today what we're going to go through are timers, setting timers and reminders here. So we're going to show you the different functionality that the two devices have, give you a direct comparison, and at the end give you a winner here to let you know which device succeeds in this better than the other. It'll help you make your decision here on which ecosystem to enter into. So let's get going on reminders and timers here. Alright, let's roll through this evaluation here. Again, we're going through the Google Home and our Amazon Echo. We're comparing those two devices here, and we're going to go through timers and reminders here today. So the first three things we're going to go through in our first demo are to set timers and reminders, get reminders on your phone, and then also can you do a name-based timer or a reminder here. So like I said, let's go through that and then I'll show you the results after. Hey Google, set a timer for 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes, and here we go.
Hey Google, set a timer for pizza for 3 minutes.
Second timer, pizza for 3 minutes, and here we go.
Hey Google, set a reminder for pizza tomorrow.
All right, I'll remind you tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
Alexa, set a timer named pizza for 3 minutes.
Pizza timer, 3 minutes, starting now.
Alexa, set a reminder for pizza tomorrow.
What time tomorrow should I remind you?
8 a.m.
Okay, I'll remind you tomorrow at 8 a.m.
So pretty obvious, you can set timers and reminders on both of these devices. Obviously, both of them do this very well and are set up really to do this. Can you get reminders on your phone? Yes, in both cases and in both phone ecosystems. So I'm going to say iOS and Android. We're not going to talk about any other types of phones out there today, but you can get reminders on your phone for both of those devices through the app. And specifically, if you're on an iOS device, you're going to make sure that your Google Assistant and or your Amazon Alexa application is enabled for notifications, and then those will show up on your phone. Now, obviously, all three of them can do named timers and named reminders. You can do either of those. So we're going to move on to location-based reminders here. I'm going to show you how those work with these two devices. Hey Google, set a reminder for working.
When do you want to be reminded?
Home.
All right, at home. I'll remind you on your phone.
Alexa, set a reminder named working.
When should I remind you?
When I get home.
When should I remind you?
Home.
I couldn't find any enabled video skills. Go to the music, video and books section of the Alexa app. Enable the video provider you want, then link your account and complete setup.
So there you have it. You know, this is the first time that we really see a differential in this comparison. Now, what I'll tell you is that Google Home has just added the capability for adding a location-based reminder. Right now, the only location I have in the device and in the app is home, but you could obviously have work as well. So you could set reminders for either of those two locations and get location-based reminders when you reach those places. On the flip side, Amazon Echo is really not capable of doing this at this point. Now, I'm not going to do a demo of this because it would actually take a little bit of time, but the Google Home is capable of in-app creation of reminders. And the way you do that is actually through the Google Assistant. So when you have both of those apps on your phone, it doesn't matter if it's an Android or an iPhone, as long as you have both of those apps, you can actually ask the Google Assistant on your phone to go ahead and create a reminder. Now, you can actually type this in, so it's the same as what I see in the Amazon Echo, which is just an interface that's been created to create a reminder or a timer. You can click a plus and then you go ahead and you walk through the details of your timer or your reminder creation. So in this case, both devices end up with a check mark there, just through some relatively different means. Now let's go ahead, let's do a demo for repeating timers and reminders. Let's see how these two devices fare there. Alexa, create a reminder every Monday at 10 a.m. for going to work.
Sorry. For now, I can't set recurring reminders.
Hey Google, set a recurring reminder.
What's the reminder?
Go to work.
When do you want to be reminded?
Every weekday at 8 a.m.
Sure, I'll remind you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 8 a.m.
So once again, we're seeing a differential here. Amazon Echo, they'll actually sit there and tell you, hey, I can't do recurring timers or reminders here just yet. Whereas on the flip side, Google Home is capable of a recurring reminder happening every day or every weekday or whatever. Now, I'll tell you, there's a little nuance here. The Google Home actually did struggle a couple of times with me, and has over the last few months where I've had this device, it struggled a couple of times to give me a reminder when I ask it for a reminder every Monday or something to that effect. It struggled a little bit for me, but in general, this does work with the Google Home. Now let's go through one final demo here where we get the explanation of what reminders are there. Now, obviously you can do this with the timers. I'm not going to roll through that here in this next demo. Hey Google, what timers do I have?
You have two timers. The 3-minute timer called Pizza is running with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go, and the 5-minute timer is running with 3 minutes and 58 seconds.
Hey Google, cancel timers.
Actually, you have two timers, so which did you want to cancel? The one called Pizza or the 5-minute one?
Both.
Alright, they're both canceled.
Alexa, what timers do I have?
You have two timers. Pizza, with about 1 minute and 50 seconds left, and a 5-minute timer, with about 3 minutes and 40 seconds left.
Alexa, cancel my timers.
Cancel which timer, pizza or 5 minutes?
Both.
You don't have a timer called both, but there are timers for pizza and 5 minutes.
Alexa, cancel my timer named Pizza.
Pizza timer canceled.
Alexa, cancel my timer.
5-minute timer canceled.
What we have here at the end of things, we have full list of check marks here on the Google Home side. I'll tell you, the in-app creation here is a little bit different with Google Home. It's maybe not what you're expecting when we talk about in-app creation of a reminder or a timer, but it is effective, and I do like it actually. It's kind of more intuitive than actually going through and filling out a form. Now, on the flip side, the Amazon Echo it does a great job with timers and reminders, and I do like the fact that you can create and manage the timers and reminders on your Alexa application. However, we are missing a couple of things here that the Google Home can do. That's the location-based reminder, and of course recurrence. And I think recurrence is the bigger deal here for me, although over time a location based reminder is going to be a fantastic feature here for any home automation device. So in the end here, I've got to give it to the Google Home again. This is now 3 in a row that the Google Home has come in and won, whereas the Amazon Echo won the first 2. So we're seeing the tide turn a little bit in our battle of Google Home versus Amazon Echo. Now on the nuance side of things, there's a couple of things that you always want to know about these devices before you go and get into them. So for example, here with the Google Home, a reminder will sit there and wait for you on the device, whereas the Amazon Echo essentially plays a sound forever while that reminder waits. Now, like I said earlier, there was some difficulty with setting those recurrent reminders with Google Home, whereas the Amazon Echo just didn't have the capability at all. And there's really very little in-app management of your reminders or your timers. So once you do set a timer or a reminder, all you can really do with Google Home is, again, go into the Google Assistant. Similar to your Google Home at home, you can ask what timers are there and what reminders are there and manage them that way. Whereas on the Amazon Echo side, you're able to manage everything in a very visual way. You get lists of timers, lists of reminders. You can edit them. You can change the sounds that play. There's a lot of management there for you. So in the end, I think what you've got to get used to with Google Home is you're not going to see a lot. You're going to actually have to describe or discuss with your Google Assistant what you want to know about, what you want to add, or what you want to remove. Still, in the end, I'm going to give this battle to the Google Home. I think ultimately they've done a better job here with timers and reminders.